Hello, everybody. This is Lloyd, and it's Healing with Lloyd. It is Monday, July 23rd, 2018. Wow, I put a 17 on the description. So I'm just going to go ahead and share this with everyone. Just another minute here to share. So you might be able to tell I'm sitting in another hotel room. I wound up having to come to Massachusetts for my day job, so we're going to go ahead and get started here in a minute. And we're going to talk about the 7 rays that we discussed last week, how those rays can help you by working with them. Hi, Jamie. We're going to talk about a few other things, but the rays are the big thing we're going to discuss, and again how they can help you with your own personal ascension, and your own personal growth. So before we get started, hi Katie, Anna, Mom. Before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and call in the masters. I'd like to bring in that energy when I'm working. So I go to my heart space to connect with the Ascended Masters. I send my love and gratitude to Serapis Bay, Adama, Dwal Kul, El Moria, Lord Lanto, Lady Christine, Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, Saint Germain, Jesus, Buddha, Kathumi, Paul the Venetian, Ilarion, Lady Nada, Sanat Kamora, Maitreya, Sandalphon, No Eyes, Viawamis, and Sethius, and the archangels, Metatron, Michael, Ariel, Raphael, Gabriel, Muriel, Zadkiel, Zafkiel, and Camiel. One way that I would encourage people to start working with the Ascended Masters is to call them in. And I'm going to post a link to this so that everyone has the way that I call them in. Make it your own. You know, I've said it so many times. And I explained one time that when when I learned to call in the Ascended Masters, we went to the causal plane. That causal plane is a plane that's not on the physical dimension. So I always went out of my body to connect. I always went out and to the higher realms. And the more that I work with it, and the more that we work with being heart-centered and doing everything from the heart and from love, I realized that I don't have to go out to connect with the Ascended Masters. I can go within. I can go from my heart center, my heart space, and I can connect with the Ascended Masters. And I do that frequently. I can be sitting at my desk at work, and something pops into my mind, and I'm like, I need to call in the Ascended Masters. I call them in, work with them, transmute the things that need to be transmuted. And the more that you call them in, the more that you'll connect with them. In the beginning, I couldn't feel them. I couldn't see them. From time to time, I would see a color or some light or this or that. As time went on, I could feel their vibration. I could see their light. I could see when they came in the room. And then the more I do it, I can see them fill the room when I call them in. And remember that the Ascended Masters are omnipresent. They can be with each one of us at the same time, anywhere in the world. So you call them in, I call them in, they're with all of us. And when I call them in doing this group work, that's bringing them into everyone that's listening and everyone that's watching this. So again, we worked on the 7 rays for 7 days over the last week. And I ask people to start to pay attention to how the qualities of the rays, the vibration of the rays, the voice, the name of the Ascended Master, how that resonated with you. Because everyone incarnates on a ray. It doesn't mean that's the only ray you're going to learn on in this lifetime. But we incarnate on a ray, and as we move through our ascension, we gain the experience on each of these rays. The energy of each ray comes in, and we continue to grow and build on that ray. If you listen to the 7 meditations, we started with El Moria. Day 1 was El Moria, the throat chakra, the blue energy ray. And I love working with El Moria and Archangel Michael. When I started to public speak, I couldn't speak. I couldn't open my mouth. Like, man, I'm scared. I don't want to be up here and talk in front of all these people. So I would call in El Moria and Michael and ask them to take the fear away. And I would start my talk, whether it was 2 people, 10 people, 30 people, I would start my talk out with the blue ray when I was talking about the Ascended Masters, and I would use that as a reference. Say you're public speaking. You're nervous. You can't speak. You can't find that voice. You call them in. You ask them to transmute the energy. Take away the fear, and you begin to speak. And it didn't matter. People didn't have to know that was truly what I was going through. The energy was there. It was there for me. It was there for them. And it helped me become comfortable to sit here now, and I can speak. Grounding has helped a lot with that too. Over the last 6 months or so, really worked a lot with grounding. And not only does that working with the throat chakra allow me to speak clearly, but the grounding allows me to speak more of my words that are coming in from soul, that are coming in from the higher planes. So when you ground that energy, you're able to bring it into your waking state. So again, El Moria, throat chakra, the blue ray, work with him. The blue ray is the first ray, And as you gain experience with the qualities of the first ray, then you'll start to gel with the rest. And from lifetime to lifetime, you're going to work on different rays. Morgan, there's a few tests out there that are available that can show you which ray you incarnated on, and I can put something together and send it out, and then through that you'll be able to find out which ray. When I work with people, a lot of times I can tell which ray they came in on, and which ray they're working on at that time, actually. But again, you know, work with El Moria, and as you work through the first ray and move into the second ray, and the second ray is Lord Lanto, and this yellow ray, and the connection to the universe. And when I work with Lord Lanto and opening that crown chakra, it brought in a different aspect to the Ascended Masters for me. You know, and Lord Lanto, with it being the second ray, when we did the Katiana, yes, they can book a distant session with me, and we can actually work on the rays and the different chakras as we work through those sessions. But connecting with the second ray, we did the threefold flame, which moved us into the third ray of the heart and the pink ray. But that threefold flame, and I've always loved working with the threefold flame. And I remember we were sitting in a class, Alan Sethius and Katie Anna were there, and we were doing a meditation, and I felt a pop in my heart and this expansive heat. And it was the threefold flame igniting in my heart. And it was pretty cool. It was the first time I had experienced it, and just the intensity of it was rather interesting. So by working with the meditations and doing the second ray meditation with Lord Lanto, if you haven't done it, you can work with that and connect with the threefold flame. Paul the Venetian, third ray, heart chakra, pink. I also work with Kuan Yin a lot on the pink ray. And the energies of it all comes into bringing all this work into our heart center and being that love for everyone to see. Carrying ourselves as a being of love, and to only be love. You know, if we're not centered in love, then move away from the situation. If it's something that takes you away from love, find a way to move away from it and be love. I know that it's not always easy. We live these human lives, but that's part of what we're here to learn, is how to stay centered in the heart space and to just be love. The fourth ray, Serapis Bey. You know, Serapis Bey has spent many lifetimes as many, a lot of lifetimes in Egypt, and as kings and rulers. And he's this connection to earth, and he's the root chakra and the white ray, and bringing that energy in. So we took the first three rays, and we have this threefold flame going in our heart, and now we're grounding it into Mother Earth. And the energy, the lessons are coming in, and when they're being grounded now by the fourth ray. We take those energies, and Mother Earth can transmute anything that we have going on. If we've got a bad day going, bring that light energy in through your crown and out through your root, through the white ray, and let it go into Mother Earth, and let Mother Earth transmute it and bring it back into you as pure love essence from the earth. Morgan said, I did the first 2 meditation with the rays. It was a bit overwhelming what happened, so I'm taking my time with the rest. It can be, Morgan. This is for people that are just beginning on the path of the masters. The energy of the masters can be very intense. It can be very intense. And if you wanna, talk to me privately, we can talk about some things, and I can help you work through them. So again, now we're bringing this white ray energy in through our crown and grounding it into Mother Earth. And all the lessons that we learn with the throat, the crown, and the heart are being grounded to Mother Earth. And we move from the 4th ray to the 5th ray, which is the 3rd eye. And we begin to see clearly. We've brought the lessons in. We've grounded them to Mother Earth. We're bringing it back out, and we're seeing with a different sight. The 5th ray is Hilarion, the green energy ray. Hilarion's the healer. Anything that we need to heal, as we bring these lessons in through the crown, the throat, the heart, and ground it to Mother Earth, we can see what we need to heal through our 3rd eye. That it opens up for us. And working with Hilarion, we can heal all of those, anything that's coming up. And again, I love working with Hilarion. I bring Hilarion in a lot with healing sessions. The green ray, I work with the Libyan desert glass, and it's not green, it's yellow. But Libyan desert glass in the 3rd eye, this is 2 different pieces that I use. The connection for me with these is that these were in the desert when Hilarion was healing there. So there's a direct connection to the healer in Libyan desert glass. It's very interesting the way that it works with people. Some people have emotional releases through tears, through laughter. Some people it grounds, some people it takes out. It just does whatever the person needs. It's a very intuitive, and it's glass. It's not even a crystal. It's not a rock. It's glass, and no one is certain how it was created. The only other glass that's found in the deserts like that was created through nuclear testing. Libyan desert glass is 28 million years old, and as far as we know from our history, 28 million years ago there were no nuclear bombs. Now, sitting here as a teacher and a healer, we know that our written history is not all that there is. There's much more to it. Hi, Tammy. So again, now we've worked with the throat chakra, the crown chakra, the heart. We bring those lessons in. We ground them through Mother Earth through the 4th ray, at the root. And now we're bringing this energy back up, and we're seeing with a different sight after we bring all those lessons in and ground them. Then we go to the solar plexus. And now the solar plexus is Lady Nada, and it's the service ray. And for me, it's about service to humanity. So now we're seeing with this different sight, what is our service to humanity? How do we find that? How do we know? For me, it's being a teacher. It's being a healer. It's standing up and speaking to people about the path of the masters. That's my service to humanity. I struggled for a long time with the word service because I was like, I didn't come here to be a servant. I didn't understand. I didn't get it at all. And now that I understand about this service to humanity, I see that it's all part of this lesson. It's all part of why I'm here. It's all part of why each of us have incarnated We each have a service to humanity, whether big or small, whatever it is. As you move through the rays, that service to humanity will illuminate itself. So we go from the 6th ray to the 7th ray, which is Saint Germain. Saint Germain, and I posted about this age of Aquarius. What everyone talked about with the shift of 2012, this new energy coming in, a lot of us didn't understand what was happening. Some people thought the world was going to end, and it did in a sense. The energy of the outgoing age, the Piscean age, was changed by the age of Aquarius, and this golden light now that's coming in. As we all know, the ascension's happening. Each one of us, our vibration, our energy is leveling up pretty much daily. Many ascension symptoms, stomach issues, anxiety, fear, depression, a lot of things happening with people. These are all ascension symptoms. And this is all part of this new cycle, this new 2,000-year cycle that's happening. And Saint Germain is the ascended master who has ushered in this age. And as humanity's ready, he's releasing more of the energy to us. One thing that, with the rays, the ascended masters moved the energy rays from Atlantis when Atlantis was sinking. And they took them to these different temples throughout the world, the etheric retreats as we know them. We've talked about the etheric retreats. We traveled to some of them. And they held this flame. They held the flame of the 7 rays until humanity was ready to take the flames back. And that time is now. Humanity is ready to embody these 7 rays, the flames, and to carry them. So that's why this is happening. That's why this ascension is happening. A few weeks ago, I was working on a meditation for a class we were doing, and they started to talk to me about ascension. And I'm like, ascension's when I'm going to die, I'm going to take leave of this body, and I'm going to go to the next part of my evolution. That's not the ascension we're talking about. This ascension is about the ascension of Mother Earth and the ascension of humanity, and we stay in this physical body. The physical body becomes less dense. It's becoming more light. That's why a lot of the things that we're feeling are light body changes. The physical body is changing every day. And as we move through this ascension, our physical body is going to continue to change, and we're going to ascend with Mother Earth to the higher earth planes. So there's 7 planes on Earth. And Katie Anna and I are going to do a live together. Anna has talked a lot about the 7 earth planes, and we're gonna do that together. Most of the thinking today is 2nd and 3rd earth plane. A lot of the old thinking, the organized government, organized religion. This is all 2nd and 3rd plane thinking, mostly 2nd. A lot of humans are on the 3rd plane. A lot of healers and light workers have moved into the 3rd and 4th planes. Some people are holding that 5th plane resonance. When you reach the 7th earth plane, it's light. It's the light body. And Homo Spiritus, as Katie Anna talks about, that's where we're going. That's this ascension that we talk about. And working with the 7 energy rays is one path to our ascension. So if we learn the different qualities of the rays, and we begin to embody those qualities, it will help us with our ascension. Grounding every day. I can't say it enough. Make sure that you're getting outside and you're physically grounding your body. Shoes off, feet on the bare ground, 3 times a day, if you can, for 15 minutes at a time, and not walking, standing plugged into Mother Earth. Think of it as the electrical outlet. Mother Earth is the source of our grounding. When we plug into Mother Earth, we're grounded. The energy's coming in through our crown or being grounded through Mother Earth. And as we know with an electrical outlet, if you pull it out, the electricity stops flowing, the current stops flowing. If you lift your feet off the ground, there's a break in the connection to Mother Earth. So you want to stand, feet firmly planted, 15 minutes at a time. 3 times a day. I've been traveling a lot, so I haven't been grounding as much. But over the weekend, I got home Friday evening. I hardly wore shoes at all weekend. Yesterday we were outside. We were working with crystals all day, and bare feet all day long, and just standing in one place, sitting and cleaning crystals, and that connection, that grounding to Mother Earth. It definitely helps. I was a person that was always happy to be out here. I was happy to go into meditation and leave my body. I still enjoy it, don't get me wrong. But I also know that the lessons that are coming in since I've been grounding are so much greater than what they were before I began grounding. Hi, Carolyn, and yes, it was awesome. So, as I said, we were cleaning crystals yesterday. I'm going to give a little plug for September 16th. We're going to have a crystal potluck at our house in Spring Grove. We did a small group yesterday, and what I did, Leslie and I ordered some baskets of crystals from the crystal mines. We had them delivered to our house, and they were all in boxes. No one knew what was in the boxes, including Leslie and I. We weighed them up, we put the price on them, and then people chose the box of crystals that they wanted. And then we sat there as a group, and we opened these boxes, and we saw the beauty of Mother Earth that for the first time was being seen. Many of these crystals, they were touched at the mines when they were getting put into these boxes, coming from the ground into the boxes, and then to our house. Those were the only hands that were on them before the people that pulled them from the box. Once the clay is cleaned off of them, you see what you have. It was pretty cool. We got a lot of great golden healers out of the boxes, big clusters. So again, September 16th, it's a Sunday. We are going to do a crystal potluck. I'm going to be posting an event on Facebook. We'll post it on our website, and all the details will be there. Again, it was a great time, and we'd love to have more people join us to do it. We are going to limit the number of people, I think, to probably 25. But those that can be there, we're looking forward to it. A few other things that we're doing. Leslie and I will be in Charleston, South Carolina. Let me look at a date here real quick. We're doing Illuminate Charleston on August 5th. So anyone that's in the Charleston area, come in and visit Leslie and I. We're going to be doing pet readings, axial tunnel alignment, and we're going to have a lot of crystals there. So crystals will be for sale. August 11th and 12th, Leslie and I will be set up at New Visions Expo in York, Pennsylvania. I know that Judy and Sally from Journeys will be set up as well. Jenny is going to be helping us. Carolyn Saunier is going to be helping us with selling crystals at New Visions Expo. A lot of great people at New Visions Expo. Again, it's York, Pennsylvania. That is August the 11th and 12th. And then the next show that I know for sure we're doing is October 6th and 7th. We will be in Harrisburg at Spirit of Oneness. And Spirit of Oneness is an excellent show. It's in a new building this year. It's at the Scottish Rite building, I believe, which is right next door to the Zembo Temple where it used to be. Again, we're going to have crystals, we're going to have healing, we're going to have animal readings. Katie Anna will be there. I'm pretty sure that Judy and Jenny will be there helping Leslie and I. So it's going to be a great time. Those are a few times where you can get out and see us in person. Again, September 16th. It's going to be this crystal potluck, and we'd love to have you there. We'll be posting more about it on a Facebook event, and we'll have boxes of crystals, and we'll have food, and just be a great time for everybody. Does anyone have any questions about the 7 rays, how you can work with the 7 rays? Any questions at all? We'll take a few minutes here and do some questions. And if no one has questions, we will get ready to say goodnight. Actually, before we say goodnight, today, I'm trying to bring all this back in. When I'm driving, a lot of times I have pretty in-depth conversations with whoever wants to speak at the time. And I know that we were talking about where is it written. So, I know that my path is to be a healer and a teacher, and Leslie and I are opening a crystal shop and a healing center. We're going Friday to discuss some remodeling in the building that we're planning to lease, to see if the landlords are on board with that. So where is it written? When I talked to my boss at my current job, and I told him that, I'm not going to be at my job forever. I truly believe that by the time I'm 50 years old, I'm going to be able to retire from my current job. And we had a conversation about, well, you can't do that. You're going to have a kid in college. You need to work till you're 70. Like, where is it written? So today I had this conversation about where is it written. Many of us have these old outdated beliefs that we're born, we start to grow up, we go to school, we get a job. We're told, you got to work till you retire. We retire, spend a few years in the elder years, and we die, and we come back and do it all over again. So where's it written? Where does it say that as a human, as in this lifetime, that I have to work in the job that I'm in until I retire at 70 years old or 75 or whatever it is? It's not written. Those are old, outdated beliefs. What's written is, I can wake up tomorrow and I can change the whole plan. I can decide, I can wake up today and say, you know what? I'm going to be a brain surgeon. I can go to school, I can learn how to do it, and I can be a brain surgeon. It's all about what you want to do, the effort you want to put into it. So nothing's written that says we're locked into these lifetimes, that we're locked into where we are today until we reach our outer years and we can retire. So again, do what you love to do. Find that thing in you. Find that place in you that knows happiness, that wakes up every morning and says, I'm doing what I was born to do. And if somebody asks you or tells you that you need to do something like this, ask them where it's written, because it's not. It's an old imprinted belief that we have, and we need to move away from those beliefs. We need to move away from those teachings. In order to do that, it takes some work, because this life is, as we know it, moving away from what we know and what we're comfortable with can be scary. But again, where is it written? It's not. Carolyn says the colors of the rays are different from the chakras. Is there a diagram? I don't have a diagram of the colors. I could put one together. And yes, they are different. And the best way that I can explain it is when we learn the colors of the rainbow. For me, I took art classes, my Votech. I went to Votech for commercial art, so I learned about the visible light spectrum, the rainbow, the Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. It was very, very simple to remember. I've heard it for 30 plus years, 40 plus years. Yeah, I'm getting kind of 47, I guess. The visible light spectrum comes through the prism, through the clear prism, and is refracted into the 7 colors of the chakras that we know, the 7 colors of the rainbow. The 7 rays come through the first ray, the blue ray, and from there it's refracted, and that's where the difference is. And the 7 chakras, start at the root and move to the crown. The 7 rays, as we know, do not go in order. And it, again, it starts at the throat, the blue, the pink, the yellow, white, green, purple and gold, and violet. It used to throw me for a loop, because I'd be like, hey, I don't get this. I don't understand how Saint Germain is violet and is the sacral chakra, but yet the crown chakra is violet. And it took me a little while to understand that. And you don't want to get twisted up on the colors, as much as learning and feeling the vibration of the Ascended Master. And, because violet is the sacral chakra ray, but also the crown chakra color, you can also say that, that there's a connection to the crown chakra as well. Okay, there's a few questions coming in here. Maybe I'll try and pass it by you. I remember ways better than I drive when I drive. Oh, I agree with that. A lot of things happen when I drive. Morgan asks, is there an Ascended Master, Sebastian, or just Bastion? I'm not certain of that. I know that there's a lot of new Ascended Masters that have been ascending in recent years. And that's part of this. Many of the teachers that we see leaving are ascending because they know that they can do more from the higher planes than they can from the earth planes. And not everyone that's leaving is ascending right now. Some are leaving sooner than they would have to reincarnate to another time, when humanity is a little further along in this ascension process, to come back and teach again. And we have multiple lifetimes going as well. It's not like this is the only, my soul has multiple lifetimes incarnated right now. And so with these ascended masters, the new ascended masters, listen to them, feel the energy that they are. If you have anyone coming in to work with you, you want to ask them, you want to tell them that they can't come in unless they've been through the light. You only want to work with the light energies. And they honor that. If you've got people talking to you and they haven't been through the light, you can guide them, and help them find their way to the light. But you don't want to work with them. You don't want to allow them to come in and work with you unless they've been through the light. Many times when I have people on the table and I'm working, I'll get other beings that want to come in and work through me, and I don't do that. I don't allow people to take over my body. There may be an ascended master or two that have. That's another story for another day. But Morgan, that's cool that you have ascended masters coming in and working with you. And again, if anyone has any other questions, you can send me a message on Messenger. You can email me at lloyd@ethericonnections.com. However you want to get a hold of me. So I'm glad that for those that have taken part in the 7 rays for 7 days, I will tell you it was a bit overwhelming with the traveling I was doing. And I was thinking about moving it forward to this week. And I thought, you know what? This is part of me showing up as the teacher that I am and knowing that I can do this work wherever I'm at in the world. So doing the lives while I was on the road, setting up a tripod in these different hotel rooms, and bringing this in and participating with everyone. And it was interesting, like Saturday, I set up, first I set up inside our house, and I was getting ready to go live Saturday morning. Like, nope. I'm like, I go outside. I'm like, nope, this isn't right. I'm going to the lake. I went to the lake, and of all the places I could have parked at the lake, of all the trees that I could have sat beside, of all the hills that I could have walked up or down, I picked that one spot where the sun reflected off of my lens and was on my heart space. Any other place on that lake, that wouldn't have happened. So I believe that I was divinely guided to that spot, to have that sun energy on my heart space during the live. It was interesting, and again, I'm glad, I'm grateful for everyone who's participated and who will continue to participate. Katie Anna asked me today about putting them on YouTube so that people can come back and watch them whenever they'd like to. And I think we're also going to do some sound files just so that the sound files are available as MP3s for people. Use the meditations, connect with the Ascended Masters, and begin that ascension process. There's so many lessons that the Ascended Masters have for us, so much love and gratitude that they give us. Open your heart and allow them to transfer that love energy to you. Just be one with the Ascended Masters. Be one with humanity. Be one with the earth. Be one with the universe. And be love. Thank you. Blessings. And good night.